Hello students, welcome to the English class. Today we will discuss the fifth poem of your book named as Kaleidoscope, and the name of the poem is Trees, and it is written by Emily Dickinson. Students, in this poem, the poetess has described the trees as pending ornaments. Their boughs dash at one another and do motion. They produce a sort of tune in the company of the sun. This song sounds sweet in the ears. Sometimes the sun shines on the ground with full flash of beams, and sometimes due to the motions of boughs, it is completely dark. It seems the shadow or ignorance prevails on the sunlight. The sound of growling and crackings due to wind represents the repressive measures practiced by the tyrant emperor, in which people are killed mercilessly. Bright flowers are human passions in the state of lawlessness. Hindered flags denote misdirected emotional outbursts that cause violence, bloodshed, and subversive activities. Orchards represent the group of administrators. Now, let us read the poem line by line so that you will understand it more clearly. Now, let us see the first stanza of the poem. The trees like tassels hit and swung. There seemed to rise a tune from miniature creatures accompanying the sun. So, in this passage, the poet is saying that the trees, the branches of the trees are hanging just like the ornaments, and they just touch each other and make the movement. And the creatures which have been arisen along with the sun, they all are creating some sort of noise which is very pleasant to hear. In this stanza, as I have told you, that the bows are colliding with each other and producing a tune which is quite pleasant to hear. But in perception, the insects, birds, bacteria, all the small creatures which have been arisen along with the sun, in reality or in the coding language, or we can say in implied meaning, they represent the government and the commoners. Now let's see the second stanza of the poem. For psalteries of summer enamoring the ear, they are never yet did satisfy, remotest when most fear. In this stanza, the poetess is saying that the beautiful songs sung by bards, means the caste who used to sing and they just earn out of that. They sing very beautiful songs and which are very pleasant to hear for the ears. But then also the trees, they don't satisfy all those creatures. Okay, means here in the hidden meaning we can say that the trees did not satisfy all those tiny creatures who have arises in the sun, in the way that they just create a very dense shadow for them, and they just debarred all these creatures from the proper development as the sunlight could not reach to them. Now let's see the third stanza of the poem. The sun shone whole at intervals, then half, then utter hid, as if himself were optional and had states of cloud. Here the poetess is saying that sometimes these all branches allow the sunlight to reach to the earth, and sometimes they just hide the whole earth with their shadow. So here they just think that it is optional. It is optional means it refers to the negligence of duty and selfish attitude which is found in modern bureaucracy. Here, the poetess wants to say that these trees create the shadow. Shadow means the ignorance. They create the ignorance and they don't allow the knowledge to reach to the common people, and they just create some kind of mirage of cloud state. Now let us see the fourth stanza of the poem. Sufficient to unfold him eternally from view, except it were a whim of his to let the orchards grow. Here the poetess is saying that the trees create the shadow and hide the sun rays, sunlight, as if the clouds have covered the sun. But actually, it is not the state of cloud, but the dense shadow of the trees that creates a mirage of cloud state. Means they just create the confusion for others that whether the clouds have covered the sun. They just give an impression as if the clouds have covered the sun, but it is totally unnatural. We all know the atmosphere which is being created by the rich people, the bureaucrats. Okay, and here the sun is playing the hide and seek, and it just appears when we see from the above as if the sun has left all his obligations, all his duties, and the clouds have dominated over the sun, and and the clouds have covered the sun completely, and the sun is enjoying by its own, just like his own whim, and because of that state all the orchards are flourishing and they are getting more and more enjoyment or the facilities. Here in this stanza, orchards represent the bureaucrats, the representatives, the affluent means the rich people, the influensive people, and industrialists. They all are being symbolized by the word orchard. Now let's move towards the next stanza of the poem. Bright flowers slit a calyx and soared upon a stem, like hindered flags sweet hoisted with species in the hum. Here in these lines, the bright flowers are like human desires which are being uncontrolled due to the over ambitious nature of human beings, and the bright birds, they have came out from the stem and they are just moving, just like as if a folded flag is being unfurled, and that closed flag is frilling in the wrong direction, and that produces the emotional anger, and due to which the violence, bloodshed, and the exploitation work is being done. So here the hindered flags means the misguided emotion outburst which causes violence, bloodshed. Okay, now let us move towards the next stanza. It was more I cannot mention how mean to those that see Vandyke's delineation of nature's summer day. Here, the poetess has chosen the summer day's description because for her, summer is symbolical of heat, of lawlessness. And here in these lines, the poetess wants to say that nature, trees, and summer, the days of the summer, she can express them more beautifully, but she doesn't want to say more about them, because according to her, no poet wants to make the summer, means summer which is symbolically the violence and bloodshed, here wants to make the topic or title of their poem. Therefore, the poet doesn't want to speak or move further with these words. So, this is all the poem Trees, written by Emily Dickinson. I hope you all have understood the hidden meaning written in the poem. Read the poem once again and enjoy it. Thank you.